Hello, and welcome to my Double Ferret Nation cage door. So, first thing you can see here is that I have it covered in hardware cloth, which took me about 12 hours to do by myself. And it was very painful, have cuts all over my hands, but it's totally worth it. So, first thing we're going to start on here, you can also see that I took out the middle level right here. I took in cage liner from one of these shelves and turned that into a little hammock. I was originally going to use fleece liners, but after struggling forever trying to get my rats litter trained, I finally gave up and just use aspen bedding now. So, well, now I have little fleece liners I can use as shelves or hammocks. And then back here I have a little metal tin basket thing that I have zip tied by a handle to the top of the cage. And in this I just have a bunch of different fleece and nesting materials that they can come forage and make stuff with, and nests and such. And then right here we have I think it's, forget what brand it is, but a wooden hut. And inside said wooden hut we have paper towel, paper, scraps for nesting material as well as this little bed that you can kind of see is partially chewed up because some rats may have already gotten to it at some point, possibly. I've had it for a while, to say the least. And right here, this is a Ferret Nation fun blanket. I don't know if any of you have ever gotten one of these. My girls and one boy, who is neutered, tend to ball this up and use it as a blanket only, ever. They don't really play in it, they'll just sleep in it, which makes sense to me. Sleep is great. And right here we have a space pod. Everyone needs one of their space pods. My rats never used this until I got my 5 girls all at once. Long story. Anyway, but now they all use it like crazy. And I put a fleece blanket in here. And I apologize, my cat is not allowed in the room right now, so she's yelling at me. And then right here, we have a hammock. I think it was sold at PetSmart as a ferret hammock. Almost everything in here was sold as ferret stuff, including the cage itself. And that's just using these hooks since I broke the other hooks. So, those are all attached. They can climb onto here and into there if they want, and I already have this all stuffed in here so that they have to, like, figure out how to get in there. Then from there, go to this thing. This used to be a bird foraging toy. However, they chewed off all the wooden parts and all the foraging parts, so now it's just takes up some cage space. I also have a couple bird perches as well, right here and here. And then we also have I forget what brand it is again, but I think it's a Katie comfort wheel. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this is something else that my rats never used until I got the group of 5 girls, and now it's used like crazy. Then we have this crazy wooden perch right here. They don't go on this too much. I just like it in the cage. And then we have another one of the fleece liners turned into a hammock. And another one right here as well. And this one's just kind of velcroed onto here, and this one I used little hooks for. And then we also have this foraging toy right here. Third thing that wasn't used until I got the group of 5. Then down here we have a ceramic cat food bowl, but you know what? Cat, rat, same thing. And has a bunch of different chews in it, from pumice lava rocks, different shapes, wooden chews that they've destroyed. These came from that. Anyway, I then used this Coke case. So, nice cardboard one, and I put a fun tunnel in it so that way they can get in there and be all comfy already without having to use too much nesting material. And right in front of it, I left a nice pile of nesting material. Man, how nice of a father am I. Then I also have this foraging toy that I made. So it's paper that I shredded through a shredder. Shredders are great for this type of stuff. And tied it together with a piece of yarn and stuffed it with, shredded papers in it, and then little toilet paper tubes. Yay, science. Then from there we have this ladder. As I said before, with a lot of my stuff being meant specifically for ferrets, I may have lied. It's a mix between ferret and bird stuff. They like climbing, what can I say? So, they've used this a few times, sometimes as a chew toy, sometimes as a climbing toy. Depends on the day, really. And then we have this nice wooden bridge that's a lovely chew toy that they use as well. And then I have their food bowl right here. There's no food in it right now because they have yet to come in here from me cleaning. Maybe I'll make a separate video of them going in here for the first time. Who knows? I don't, that's for sure. And then from there, we have a water bottle. And I can remember the brand and name of this one. It's a Katie Chew-proof water bottle, and it's not just because I can see the name right here. Then we have another bird perch. And I like getting like these different weird shapes, and so do the rats apparently. Yeah. Oh, and right underneath of my water bottle, I have 2 lava ledges, and they get chewed on a lot. This is my first time I put them underneath of the water bottle in hopes that it'll help file down the girl's nails. Here's to hoping. They're really sharp, and I've only ever successfully trimmed one of my girl's nails, and that's because she doesn't move when I pick her up. Well, she does sometimes, but she's kind of just like, oh, sweet cuddle time, and it's perfectly okay with me handling her. From there, I have this, and this is currently filled with different foraging material, as well as some food. That way, they have something to keep them occupied. And then I have this hammock right here, which is a hammock, just slightly chewed on and destroyed, and therefore it is being held up with paper clips. Paper clips. There we go. In focus now. And from there, we have this, which is 1/2 of a space pod. And funny story, I bought a space pod online and only half of it came in the mail, so they sent me a replacement one, which is up there. Up there. There we go. Back down here. So now I just kind of use this one as a half hide / foraging material thingamajig. And then I have not 1, not 2, but 3 igloos, which are currently packed full of paper because I like to give them options. It's like, do you want that much in there? Do you not want that much in there? Hey, it's all up to you, man. So, sweet. And then, this is my first time using aspen for my rats, so we're gonna find out. It's a lot softer than I thought it would be, for not being a soft wood, if that makes any sense. Anyway, so, that is my cage. It's a nice, wondrous cage. Quite big as well. You know what? Video and pictures never do it justice on exactly how big it is. So, to give you an idea, I'm 1 inch taller than it, and I'm about 5.5 feet tall. So, don't let the pictures fool you. It's huge. Oh. And thanks for joining me on my very first rat cage tour.